You're watching Bet Republic TV with me, James Eastham, and Steve Claridge. And next up, we've got the game between Arsenal and Blackburn at the Emirates Stadium. Easy win for Arsenal in midweek, Steve, which will help them here. They didn't really have to. Well, they had to wait for the goals, didn't they? But they were always in control of that game.
It was a nice game for Arsenal, wasn't it? It was a little bit of almost a practice match for them. Knock the ball around, get plenty of touches. But it was fine. I mean, it was just a case of breaking them down. They did that, and you know, that's all you can do. You win your games of football. When teams set themselves up like they do, they come to your place. The main thing you've got to think about is patience, and that's what they showed. And in the end, they got the result, and that, let's be honest, is all that matters.
And we talked before we went on air today about Robin van Persie and the fact he's playing more through the middle this season.
Absolutely.
Some people might have wondered if he had the skills to be that type of finisher.
He's got the skills. He's got the skills. It's just.
Do you think he takes enough of his chances, or he's focused on scoring enough?
He's got to learn that game. I mean, it's, you know, we saw when Robbie Keane went to Liverpool. It's a completely different position. I mean, Van Persie played in that Robbie Keane role before, just in the hole, in behind the front player. It's a different way of playing, especially in a 3 now as well. They've changed the system a little bit as well. So that's something they've also got to contend with. But yeah, I mean, it just looks an outstanding player all round. Yeah. You know, and when he gets the opportunity, he's you know, he's got a good left foot, but also I think people underrate his right foot as well. So he's doing okay so far. I mean, you can only judge as you find, but so far he's getting the goals that are making the difference for them. Yeah,
he's doing well. Blackburn had a good win last weekend, Steve, didn't they? They beat Aston Villa 2-1. Do you think there's enough in that Blackburn team, though, in terms of their form at the moment, to go here and get something out of this game?
It's difficult to make a case, isn't it? I mean, you know, we're not saying anything that people don't already know. We're talking about, can they get a result? They're 14-1. Yeah. Arsenal 1-4. Difficult. I mean, I don't think so personally, but
even on the handicap, if you went with, say, Blackburn with a goal start,
I think yeah. I mean, you're looking at
Arsenal can score and score again.
They can, yeah. I mean, we've seen that before, and yet we've also seen them struggle on occasions at home. So it's a difficult one to call. Let's be honest. I'm not quite sure I'd want to go on. Certainly don't want to go on the straights, and I'm not quite sure with regard to the handicaps whether I want to be entering those sort of markets either. Simply because, you know, if Arsenal do hit top form, they might give them a bit of a hiding.
Yeah, it's very tough this one. We've seen, as Steve said, Arsenal sometimes they struggle in these games. Sometimes they can win them 3 or 4-1. So very, very tricky. Well, we've got creative with the first bet. We're going on Arsenal to score in both halves. That's available at a price of 8 to 11.
To be honest, Blackburn weren't great at Everton, were they? A couple of weeks ago.
Dreadful, weren't they?
Their defending wasn't great. So we're thinking about the last time they travelled away and how they defended there. If they do that again, then Arsenal will.
Yeah, they should be. And Arsenal, of course, had that fantastic 4-0 win against Wigan at the Emirates Stadium. So they can score in both halves. 8 to 11. Well, it's a speculative bet. It's not one of our strongest bets of the day, we have to say. The second bet, though, is tapping into Van Persie's good form at the moment. He's available to score any time at a price of evens, which equates to him scoring every other game. Not a bad price on a player who's in great form at the moment.
Not one of our strongest games, this one, is it?
No, it's one to kind of
this was
keep
a difficult one
low, isn't it?
to get 2 bets out of. But.
Absolutely right. You're watching the Bet Republic Premier League preview show with me, James Eastham, and Steve Claridge. And after you finish watching the show, why not check out everything else that the Bet Republic website has got to offer? You can set up your own profile and you can read all the latest football betting blogs. And if you want to place a few bets with us, you can simply click on the Bet UK link, which you'll find on the site.